Sadnam Namaste. So if one thing is to leave the planet for the Aquarian Age to fully land here on planet Earth, is victim consciousness. And victim consciousness is like mental pollution that permeates the planet. Victim consciousness is like a virus in the mind of humanity. Victim consciousness tells you that you're small, that you're broken, that you're weak, that you're powerless. And victim consciousness makes you worry about money. If you have money, you're worried that you're going to lose it. If you don't have money, you're worried that money's not going to come for you. Victim consciousness makes you worry about your health. Victim consciousness makes you worry about your relationships. And victim consciousness skews your perception of reality. Victim consciousness distorts your perception of reality. So victim consciousness belongs in the realm of the mind. And the mind isn't up here. This is the brain. The brain is like a radio receiver. So it picks up thoughts. Mind, however, is everywhere. Right? It's everywhere. Everything you can see is mind. So we're like little fishes swimming in the ocean of mind. So we're all connected to something called the victim mind. We're all connected to this victim mind. So how it works is you can get up one morning and feel really great. You can get up in the morning and feel really positive about your life and really wanting to move forward and make big changes. And then you go to your workplace or the grocery store or the bank, and then you're picking up on these thoughts from the victim mind. Suddenly you feel small. Suddenly you feel insecure. Suddenly you feel afraid, right? And then you're saying, I better play it safe, right? I better play it safe. You hear that a lot. Play it safe is another way of saying I'm afraid to move forward in the evolution of myself, in the evolution of my soul. That's what you're really saying when you say play it safe. So remember, you must disidentify with these thoughts. I mean, that's the main purpose of meditation, is to give you an experience of the relationship between you and the mind, that you're not your mind, that you're not these thoughts. Okay? So disidentifying with these thoughts because they're not even yours. You know, victim consciousness to the soul, the infinite soul, is like putting on clothes that are too tight. You know, it's restricting, it's limiting, it's uncomfortable for the soul. And victim consciousness demands that you hang on to your victim story. And we all have a victim story, each one of us, because we've all been raised in the age of darkness, in the Piscean age. If you talk to any person and they're honest with you, their story will come out. So each one of us took on a piece of darkness to heal for our ancestors and for all of humanity. So I want to thank you watching, because you've taken on a piece for me. So thank you. You know, we should get t-shirts made that say, I survived the Piscean Age and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Your victim story is like a battle scar. You know, you don't identify with the battle scar. This is me. This is me. I'm this scar. You don't form support groups with people who have that same scar. You know, picking at it, not letting it heal. And we do this every time we tell our victim story, right? We keep it alive. We pick at it. So this doesn't mean that you don't bring it into the light of awareness. The wound has to be exposed to the light for it to heal. That means you feel the pain. That means you take time to lick your wounds. But it doesn't end there, right? Once you're done that, you get back up on the horse and you move forward on your evolution. And then this battle scar becomes part of your story, part of your unique story of the unfoldment of you in spirit. And that's when you can show your scar neutrally to another person and say, look what I've been through, and it's healed. And you can do the same thing when you let go of your victim story. So you can't relate to yourself as a victim because you're not a victim. And you certainly can't relate to other people as victims because they're not victims either, no matter what it looks like on the external. I remember in Vancouver, Canada, one day, I saw an old beggar across the street, right? And Spirit was really calling me to go over and give him some money. So I went over and I really looked at him. I looked at him through my third eye. And what I saw was this old wise sage, this yogi, so radiant with light. You know, it was like the veil of Maya had dissolved for a moment. And this old, beautiful yogi was playing the part of a beggar. And he had this twinkle in his eye. And it was like, you get the joke. It's a joke. So you can't let your two eyes fool you into what you think you see. Because not one of us is a victim. So the kryptonite for victim consciousness is very simple. Just one thing. This one thing will pull you out of victim consciousness immediately. And that's the power of choice. And that's really our only power here. Life is happening. It's like a river that's just flowing. Our power of choice is how we're going to respond to that. How we're going to react to that. Our power of choice gives us our attitude towards life. Because life is just happening. So here's an example. Listen to the frequency of these two statements. I've got to go to work. I've got bills to pay. I've got my rent to pay. This job drains all my energy. You don't understand how hard it is for me to go to work. Okay, that's the first statement. Second statement, I'm choosing to go to work today. Do you feel the frequency of these two statements? One statement is disempowering. That's the victim consciousness. The second statement is empowering to you on your life's journey. So remember, each and every moment in your life, you have the power of choice. Okay. So now here's a 3-minute Kundalini Yoga meditation left to us by Yogi Bhajan. And it's a meditation for anti-worry. Because the victim mind loves to worry. So this will shift you from spiritual warrior to spiritual warrior in 3 minutes flat. So be sure to practice it, especially if you're in that swirl of the victim consciousness or you're around people who are in that swirl. Okay, so click the link above. Sadnam.